Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, huh? I mean, I've been on the channel, obviously, but I haven't done 7 Days podcast in almost a year. I think, what, April of last year since I've done the podcast. And now, I decided to change things up. Have camera, seeing my face, weird haircut. But I did it myself. If anyone's gonna mess me up, it's me! There's so much to talk about. It's only been, what, 4 days out of this week so far, and yet a lot has happened. Welcome to the 7 Days podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's been so damn long. It's been a long time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in the mood today to talk my shit. Eric Bischoff. A legend, no doubt, okay? Yes, Eric Bischoff, the man who was in WCW, started the Monday Night Wars. Point is, Eric Bischoff, my man, no doubt, that's well known on TNT, but also a legend in this business, is now in the WWE Hall of Fame. He's going to be inducted this year, along with 2020 Hall of Fame inductees, which is Batista, the Bella Twins, NWO, and I'm sure more, JBL, I think, too. So a lot, yeah. So 2020 and 2021 will have Hall of Fame inductees this year. I think it's next week. I might be wrong, I don't know, but it's coming up very soon. Plus we have Fastlane this Sunday on pay-per-view and on Peacock. We're gonna start off with Keith Lee. Oh, bask in his glory. Sadly, we were not able to bask in his glory since he debuted on Raw back in August. Keith Lee debuted on Raw and sadly has barely done anything. He had one good match with Drew McIntyre for the WWE title, which was ruined when Goldberg came out. When it comes to legends and me personally, and WWE, I love WWE legends. I do. Edge is a legend. And him winning the Rumble, going to main event WrestleMania. The reason why I give Edge a pass because he had wrestling taken away from him. But you have Goldberg coming. See, Edge can last 30 minutes to an hour. Still, right? He's in his, what, 43, 44 now? 45, maybe? Goldberg can barely last 5 minutes. 5 minutes! So, it's just that, you know, I understand when you're good at something, you don't do it for free. But if you're not good at the thing you used to be good at, then you shouldn't be doing it at all. And Goldberg isn't good at what he used to do. He can barely do a jackhammer, which is a suplex turned into a power slam. He can barely do that. But yeah, Keith Lee, I'm getting off track here. Keith Lee released a statement on Twitter stating that he hears all of us. He knows that all the fans are like, where's Keith Lee? What's going on with Keith Lee? Why are they not pushing him? For the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view last month, I believe, Keith Lee was hit with him and Mia Yim, his now engaged fiance. He was hit with I believe a COVID scare or something along those lines. I'm not gonna say he has COVID or Mia Yim has COVID. I'm gonna say a COVID scare, right? So they're quarantining for 14 days, right? But it's been past 14 days, and yet we've yet to see Keith Lee on Raw in the last couple weeks. I don't understand why. It sucks. You know, it's sad. It's sad in WWE how a person can be there, you get used to them, and then they just vanish off of TV. What happened? And that's exactly what happened with Charly Caruso. All because she said she likes DP. Oh. It's not really because of that. It wasn't because of that. But since she said that, things have been going AWOL a bit. Things have been going left for her, you know? So it was reported today by Fightful Select that Caruso has been absent from WWE as of late because she picked up some backstage heat after consistently being late to conduct interviews for Raw taping. Vince McMahon is a petty man, okay? The man will eat food, and if you come to him for an idea, if this is one chance you could come to him and eating, your chances are very little that he's going to be listening to you. You could literally, he will eat and you can tell him everything you have on your mind, and he will just eat and barely acknowledge that you're even there. That's the type of dude he is. The dude hates sneezing because it proves that you're weak and you can't control it. Oh my god. I still remember when Chris Jericho said that he was sitting down with a scarf and then Vince McMahon came up to him and said, "You're the most feminine, tough guy I've ever seen." I was like, oh, because he's wearing a scarf? There were specific instances where, with Randy Orton and Sheamus, that led WWE taking Caruso off of TV for the time being. The chairman, Vince McMahon, reportedly heard of Caruso's tardiness and took exception to the situation. One source noted that Caruso is one injury or illness away from being back into the fold. The same source indicated that WWE hiring Kevin Patrick earlier this month was seen as a direct replacement for Caruso. He worked backstage on Raw this week and hosted Raw Talk with R-Truth, which Caruso usually does. There's a belief among WWE talent that Caruso's contract might be expiring soon, but there's no word on her future with the company. And she also works with ESPN with the homie Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman. What they do, ladies and gentlemen? Apparently, Shawn Michaels, HBK, Shawn Michaels, Hall of Famer, right? Two-time Hall of Famer. Shawn Michaels regrets working the Crown Jewel match with DX against the Brothers of Destruction, Undertaker and Kane. No shit! You regret that. Of course you did. Of all the times for you to come out of retirement for a match, you chose that when you had AJ Styles in the prime of his career, when he was the WWE champion. Now granted, the match AJ had with John Cena was fire, and I still love that match to this day. But I would still take HBK and AJ Styles over Cena Styles, because at that point they fought a lot, right? They already had like 2-3 matches on pay-per-view already, so no point. But Shawn Michaels, and oh, by the way, when he had hair on his head, but him coming out of retirement was a regret. No shit. Because that match was a dumpster fire, okay? That match was a mistake. It was a bad move, a bad call. He should have stayed retired from there. If he wasn't going to come out of retirement for the match with AJ Styles, he should have stayed retired right then and there. But sadly, no. Saudi Arabia, money! Oh, money, money. Money, 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 money. Money. All about the money. I mean, I love money. I'm all about money too. But for the love of God, if it means ruining my credibility, I don't want to be. I hate being in a position where I do something that I know I'm going to regret, and I still do it. And then days later or a while later, regret just seeps all over me. It just rains all over me. Regret, 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 regret. No. Despite his regrets, Michaels remained at peace with his overall legacy. He also has no desire to return for one more match in order to right this supposed wrong. If you were to come out of retirement, then the match you should have had was with The Undertaker. Why would you not want to fight the dude that put your ass out of commission? Wouldn't you want to get revenge on the person that put you out of commission? That should. Maybe I'm a vengeful person. I don't know. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, at this part of the podcast, we're going to end it off with the Fastlane predictions. Because guess what? Fastlane is not only live on pay-per-view, it's live on the WWE Network. And it's also live on Peacock. Yeah. Let's start with the matches I don't care to the matches I do care. So, first off, Shane and Braun. How you doing, bud? Yeah, I guarantee you this is not going to be a full match. I can see this going on to WrestleMania, probably on night 1. Shane's going to get the upper hand here over Braun, and then Braun's going to get the upper hand at WrestleMania. But for him to feud with Braun, why? Oh, see, he screwed him out of a title match, or Braun was too dumb to recognize that the Elimination Chamber was for former WWE World Heavyweight Champions and not the Universal Championship. Women's Tag Team titles on the line as Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks taking on Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. I guarantee you Sasha Banks is going to turn heel over Bianca Belair. They got to be foolish to turn Bianca heel. Bianca Belair being a heel, I mean, yeah, she's good at being a heel because she's cocky, arrogant, whatever, right? But I don't think I'm going to turn Bianca heel. After what Sasha been through recently, do you really want to turn her heel? But do you want to turn Bianca Belair heel too after all the praise and love she got at the Royal Rumble? Do you really want to do that? This whole thing's a mess, low-key. And yeah, and plus the build has been lackluster. So hopefully after Fastlane, they'll pick it up a bit. So I feel Sasha, if out of the two that's gonna turn, Sasha's the one to turn heel. Oh, but overall, this tag team match, I don't really care. We all know Nia Jax and Baszler are going to retain anyway, so I don't really give a shit. So, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are going to retain the tag titles. Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. Another heated feud. The matches that they had, I've seen it, and the first match was great. Second match ended in head-on collision with the steel steps. Brutal, but still, it was good. Now, this match, I don't know what match this is. Is this a normal one-on-one? Is it a last man standing? I quit. What type of match is this? Obviously, McIntyre is going to win. That's my prediction. McIntyre will not. What I would do, I would spice things up a bit. McIntyre and Bobby Lashley is cool, but what you're doing right now with Sheamus, I feel like Sheamus is being underutilized, low-key. I mean, yeah, he's great, I understand. Plus, he's 43, which I just recognized now. But yeah, I feel like Sheamus with McIntyre and Lashley would make it a bigger match than what it is now. Because, like, I've seen Lashley and McIntyre compete. I feel like adding Sheamus would make things a little bit better or just different than to what they had with Backlash last year. So I feel like they should change it up a bit. I'm just gonna predict McIntyre getting a clean win and keep it going. Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss. I've stopped caring after the Fiend got burnt to a crisp. Okay, I stopped after getting fireballed in the eye or blood liquid coming out of his mouth. What are we doing here? How we get here, y'all? How sweat? Someone told me that. I don't even. But yeah. This is where the Fiend's gonna return. The Fiend's gonna return. That's my prediction. Screw this match. I don't care. No one's winning this match. This is a segment. No one's winning out of this. I'll be damned if Alexa Bliss pins Orton. I'll be damned if Orton pins Alexa. No one's gonna pin either. The Fiend is gonna return during the match to get payback on Randy Orton to set up their match at WrestleMania. Now, if you do Firefly Funhouse with Randy Orton, that would be lit, and that is necessary. Please give me that. One of the best feuds I've recognized recently, Apollo Crews and Big E for the Intercontinental title. Apollo's gimmick changed, where he went from generic smiley, happy black guy to now African prince type of shit. Like, dude, I love this gimmick so much. I don't know, whatever he talks is like, yeah, me brother, yeah, let's go, Africa, the motherland. Like, I'm just there, like, I'm cheering him on. I'm like, I can't wait to see what happens. I love Big E, but I also love Apollo, so let's see what happens. I don't want to take the title off of Big E yet, but at the same time, I feel like Apollo really could use it. So I'm gonna give it to Apollo. And then the main event, where if Edge or Jey Uso, I'm recording this before Friday, so I don't know what's gonna happen on SmackDown. You have the Intercontinental title match. You have the Universal Championship match. Roman Reigns taking on Daniel Bryan. The champion, Roman Reigns, taking on the challenger, Daniel Bryan. Bryan beat Jey Uso 2 weeks in a row in order to get this opportunity. And I don't know if Edge wins the match against Jey in order to be involved the Universal title match, being the special enforcer. Roman Reigns is not losing. That just cleared out at the gate right there. Roman Reigns is not losing the Universal title, at least not yet, right? Maybe the match ends in disqualification, and then Bryan wins by DQ, and Bryan is involved at WrestleMania. There's two ways they can add Bryan into the championship match. So we'll see how that plays out. But I think that option is good. Bryan wins by DQ, and then he gets involved into the title match, making it a triple threat match. Either way, I like that. Because I feel like Bryan should be involved in it, despite that, yes, people will love Edge and Roman one-on-one, but still, I feel like Bryan should be involved. That's just... So those are my predictions. Bryan beats Reigns by disqualification, and he gets involved into the title picture at WrestleMania. So Bryan beats Reigns by DQ. Nia Jax and Baszler retain. Charly Caruso, new Intercontinental Champion. Drew McIntyre beat Sheamus, even though I want Sheamus to win to make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Being returned, and Shane McMahon gets the upper hand over Braun Strowman. Those are my predictions of Fastlane's pay-per-view live on Peacock. So there you go. What are your predictions? What do you guys think of the 7 Days podcast, this format? You like it? Did it suck? Let me know! Please! Tell me. Hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all for watching, and I'm out. Later.